If you've ever been given a birth chart, you may have read terms like sextile, square, and opposition and wondered, what the heck do those things mean? Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly what they mean. But first and foremost, those of you who've seen my content before, I'm really glad to see you again. For those of you who haven't, I want to give you a warm welcome to my new channel, A World of Spirituality. I, Laura Youngblood, post a new video essay regarding the diversity of religion and spirituality all around the world. If that's what you're looking for in a YouTube channel, mine's the one for you. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and then tap on the bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. First up is the conjunction. But first, I'm going to tell you what exactly a planetary aspect is. When you look at your birth chart, you'll see the various planets in certain signs and houses, but you'll also notice a series of lines that form angles. These angles are called aspects, and each one takes one of the 5 forms we're going to learn about in today's video. Back to the aspect of conjunctions. When 2 planets are in conjunction or alignment on your birth chart, the respective energies of these 2 planets are integrative and complementary. Some astrologers argue that you can have from 0 to 10 degrees between the planets for them to count as a conjunction. In general, you can easily find a conjunction by just looking at your chart to see if planets link up together. They'll look like they're overlapping or right next to each other. It's been said that when 2 planets are in conjunction at the time of your birth, those 2 planets have a strong influence on your key personality traits. In this regard, the Sun is said to represent basic drive and self-awareness, the Moon longing and emotions, Mercury curiosity and communication, Venus affection, love and beauty, Mars aggression and assertiveness, Jupiter luck and opportunity, Saturn duty and routine, Uranus contemplation and individuality, Neptune fantasy and dreams, and Pluto sex, catharsis, and transformation. Next up is the sextile. This word is sometimes used to refer to an item of clothing that is figure flattering and entices the opposite sex. That's not what I'm talking about here. When it comes to astrology, the word sextile refers to the Latin word for the number 6. That's because this aspect is formed when planets are 2 signs or about 60 degrees apart. This is believed to signify harmony between the 2 planets in the sextile, opening up new pathways for personal growth. The 2 planets' energies inspire and encourage each other instead of holding each other back. Because of this, new ideas and opportunities can flow smoothly between different aspects of one person's life. Those with this aspect in their natal chart tend to have something soft and gentle about them, deeply in touch with their divine feminine. They are rather charming and tend to be popular and lucky with relationships. Those who are born with sextile planetary aspects sometimes can discover hidden talents related to the planets involved. It can also make certain goals related to those planets pretty attainable. At the same time, a sextile isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Someone with a sextile planetary aspect may realize their ideas and know what their goals are, but this doesn't mean they'll follow through with them. The problem with the sextile aspect is that it doesn't have much friction, which means that a person won't be motivated or pushed to actually take any action on their ideas. Of the 5 planetary aspects we're talking about today, the sextile planetary aspect is the weakest, but it does improve the planets which are associated with it to some extent. Our third aspect is the square. The square is essentially any 90-degree angle between planets, which can be found when the birth chart is evenly cut into 4. Between each planet involved in a square are great challenges and conflicts. When the planets in our natal charts are square to each other, each planet becomes stress. There is no easy win that is available to either of them, meaning each has to put in effort to meet the other halfway. For example, if your birth chart has Mercury, the planet of communication, ideals, and intellect, in square with the moon, which rules emotions and unconscious habits, you're probably going to have a pretty hard time communicating your emotions. But there is an upside to the square aspect. The hard work of the struggle tends to pay off in the end as the two planets in square come together. This won't be a harmonious integration, but rather a tough adjustment as the gains wait to come to fruition. Aspect number 4 is the trine. When the line between one planet on the birth chart and another forms a 120-degree angle, that's called a trine. Two planets in a trine share the same element, i.e. water, air, earth, or fire, so they work in synchronicity for the person with that trine. Because of this, planets with the trine aspect are working toward the same agenda and want the same outcome. If you check your birth chart and notice the trine aspect, you may find a lot of fortune where those planets are located. For example, if a big and lucky planet like Jupiter and the planet of communication ideas, Mercury, are trine, their energy will give you great knowledge and understanding, as well as luck when it comes to expressing yourself. The trine planetary aspect allows energy to flow easily back and forth between each of the two planets. This will not only give you a lot of natural talents and abilities, but you will have a lot of good luck because amazing opportunities will come your way. But it's important to manage the energy of your trines properly, or you might start to take the luck it brings for granted, which could make you lazy, and that's not good. Then there's the aspect of opposition. When two planets are on the opposite side of the birth chart and form a 180-degree angle, that's called an opposition. In the case of an opposition, the energies of the two planets involved are always at odds. As you'd imagine, there's a push-pull effect with these energies, like a tug-of-war. And very often, both ends are overemphasized at some point, swinging back to the other side to find that balance. Whereas trines are always of the same element, the planets in opposition are always of the same modality, that is either fixed, cardinal, or mutable. You'll come to your own understanding of the oppositions in your chart from living with them. Be curious and be sure to take into account the house position, as that will color the theme as well. Now do you understand what all those fancy words on your birth chart mean and how they affect your astrological profile? There will be more videos to come on the complexities of astrology, as well as the various schools of religious and spiritual belief all around the world. In the meantime, check out some other content of mine up on your screen to get an even greater sense of what I have to offer here at YouTube.